Hello, faithful and new viewers of Doctor Who Target Files YouTube channel. We've reached the end of season 12. The Timeless Children. One that I'm not really sure about. Gonna have to put it on the line. Didn't like it that much. It had some good elements. A very good pace. Very well shot. Very impressive effects on the whole. A little bit old school CGI perhaps when the Doctor and Master were revolving within the Matrix later on. But a decent end to the cliffhanger. A nice little twist to see Graham and the gang dressing up as Cybermen, Cyberwomen, Cyber people, as it were. You know, we'd seen various clips and shots in the trailer which possibly made you think one or more of the companions may have become Cybermen themselves, and that would have been a big shock. Where did this episode fall down for me? It's sort of cramming too much. I'm pretty ambivalent about the whole backstory. I'm not sure if it's going to be proven to be utterly true about the Doctor being the Timeless Child in the future. As we know, the Master was in the Matrix when he was telling the Doctor this story. He made it implicit that he was in charge of the Matrix for a time. Although there is that element of doubt about the Doctor only being able to see Brendan's final moments, which turned out to be sort of the cover memories for the Timeless Child itself. So, I'm going to say overall probably only a 5 or 6 for this finale. Probably dragged up to a 7 by the superb opening part Ascension of the Cybermen last week. But as we've seen with RTD and Moffat on occasions, the denouement, the second part of the finale, doesn't always match up to the first. It has a few times in Doctor Who since it returned in 2005. But for me, Chris Chibnall, sorry to say, is continuing to be a bit of a disappointment. He's not giving Jodie enough to do in her episodes. She did have fantastic moments of anger, of real emotional depth in this episode, but I felt once again, as with Spyfall, the beginning of the season, she was a bit outshone by Sasha Dewan, who was absolutely superb as the Master, one of the very best we've had since the series returned, along with Michelle Gomez. Probably they're both a little cut above the way John Sim played it. And moving towards the end of the episode, a nice little twist with Ko Sharmus. It would have been nice to find out who he was, and was that a Scottish or Irish accent with him? Perhaps there was some sort of link to Brendan, maybe. We shall see again in the future if Chris Chibnall picks this up. And a little bit of a disappointing cliffhanger with the return of the Judoon. It lacked a bit of emphasis and real punch, I felt, after we had the pretty emotional separation of the Doctor and the companions. So there needs to be improvement. I'm not going to slag off Chris Chibnall too much and say, he needs to go, because we know he's there for season 13. But it would be interesting to hear other people's thoughts, ones who watch these videos, who listen to our podcast, on what he needs to get right for season 13, given that we know he's probably got another 6 months before it starts filming, and we'll probably see it autumn 2021, with Jodie returning as well. I'll give you a little teaser for the podcast I'm going to bring out with Lee later this week. I think Jodie needs to cut down to just having one companion with her. I think we'll really see her shine in the role, shine in the role more than, I'll say. She's had great moments amongst these 2 seasons, but they've just been too limited because the TARDIS team is too big. So we shall see, folks, and that's for the future. Let me know what you think. Please subscribe and like, and speak to you soon. See you later in the week when me and Lee will have a more thorough look at the second half of season 12. Thanks for watching, guys.